Hi guys, today we're going to be working with composite shapes some more, and you're going to be able to use some manipulatives on the computer. I'm going to teach you how to use them first, and then I'm going to have all the links. You might have noticed those all in the Google Classroom for you to try afterwards. So first of all, let me switch this. So you're looking at this first one we're going to be using, and you can pick what shapes you want, how you want them. We know when we build composite shapes that the edges have to match up, and then you can decide what kind of design you want. I think I'm going to try to see if I can get that triangle to fit in there. Tricky, but I got it. So you see what you're going to be doing with this one? You're going to be building shapes using the pattern blocks. Now, this is a new composite shape, right? I took a bunch of different shapes, put them together to create something new. And it's really fun because you can do it really however you want to. You can try to make a picture if you want to, or you can just try to build a new composite shape. Remember when we did this before and then we traced around the outside to show what that new shape was? We're going to look at that as two-dimensional shapes and three-dimensional. So this is the first one. This one's called pattern blocks. All right, so this next one is called cubes, and everything with it has to do with cubes. It's three-dimensional shapes, but they're only cubes. So you can click and add different three-dimensional shape, different cubes where you want them to. And then look how you can do this. You can actually spin it around and look at the new composite shape you made from cubes. So, and this is actually a vital point of what our lesson is about today. We're learning how you can take three-dimensional shapes and put them together and create a whole new shape. And it's kind of fun. So every time I click, it adds a cube. So I'm clicking with my mouse and I get a cube. If I want to spin it, I have to hold in and then hold in my mouse, and then it will spin so you can see it from different angles to see what has happened with it. And it's kind of a fun thing to do. So it's really neat to look at it from the different angles and the perspectives. Okay, so that's how that game works, or that activity, and that is called cubes, and that will also be there on the Google Classroom. Now I have one more that we're going to do as well. Okay, now these are tangrams, and I know you know about these. This is something that you certainly do or did at the beginning of the year in first grade and did a lot in kindergarten. You have all these different shapes. You can't see them, mine are down below, but you put them in and you can try to build, like maybe you want to build, match up what this rocket ship is. So you try to look at what you need to build the rocket ship. And you have the shape, oops, I'm moving the screen, not the shape. And you have these shapes and you have to move them around and spin them to get them how you want them to be to try to build um, what the shape is. So that's the tangrams, and I'm not exactly building this right now, but you certainly could play with this one and try to create a shape. And I'm actually going to go to the last thing that I'm going to share with you too, to do with shapes, and I want you to have this one too. This is the Geo Board, and you'll pick a color, and you will start and then connect your line, and then connect it again and see what kind of shape you can make like that. And then I can switch and do a different color and do something different. Oops. And that will be available to you as well. So instead of listening to me teach everything today, I want you to try to do. And we'll look at this tomorrow and talk about, again, what composite shapes are. So your polling question is going to have to do with composite shapes tomorrow. So make sure you're understanding that composite shapes are putting shapes together to create something new. All right, and that is our short lesson today. Now I want you to do some exploring.